guys, I'm Janet, on occasion, and today we're playing another Total War Warhammer Battle Replay. And as you can see, I'm playing as the Dwarves, and I'm against Aurora, who's playing as the as Bretonina. And pretty typical build for me. Actually, slightly different. I brought Thorgrim. So I've got Thorgrim, a couple of runesmiths. One of them has all the runes. One of them was supposed to have just Rune of Wrath and Ruin, but actually he's got one of the other defensive ones. Whoops. So I've got a sort of a semicircle of Dwarf Warriors with great weapons here. I've got 2 units of Rangers, one of them is Althar's Raiders, and I've got the Goblobber and Dragonback Slayers. And if we go look at their army, it's got a front line of Peasant Bone with Pox Arrows, which is pretty cool. I like them against the Dwarves actually, because they don't have the armor piercing, but they do nice debuffs. So the Prophetess of Heavens is his general. He's also got a Grail Reliquary. He's got the Green Knight, he's got the Blessed Field Trebuchet, 1 unit of Questing Knights, and a couple of units of Mounted Yeomen. And then he's got Men-at-Arms polearms on either side, and 3 foot squires in the middle. So, pretty cool army. Quite interesting with the Mounted Yeomen archers, I thought. So, yeah, so I'll speed it up. So, straight away, we were actually out of range of each other. So, I don't think it's long before I move my Goblobber forward. Let's just speed it up again, shall we? So, yep, there we go. So, start moving my guys forward a bit. End up moving my guys back, because he's suddenly in range. But, yeah, I'm going to keep it fast-forwarded, actually, because this gets a bit ridiculous. It's just a lot of back and forth. So, get my Goblobbers. I'm trying to take out his Field Trebuchet, because I figure, you know, peasants, they'll rout nice and quickly with the Goblobber. He comes in here, takes a dive, which is a bit annoying. Throws some stuff at him, but he escapes. So, yeah, so they're firing at me, I'm firing back. But it's not actually, you know, I'm not doing as much damage to him as he's doing to me. I mean, look at how much, like, each hit is doing. So, yeah, it's a little bit ridiculous. Also, I just missed it, in fact. But, they used, I don't know what it was, like Comet of Casadora or something. But, you can actually snipe out artillery with it. So, amazing use of spells there. Just being able to take out an actual unit, you know. So now I'm only throwing 1 projectile at them, they're throwing 3. They'll finally, you know, start to suffer, but yeah, they're going to recover before I can hit them again. So, a bit annoying. So I start trying to go for his foot squires, because frankly I just need to get some damage done to his front line. So, yeah, a little bit frustrated there. Usually Goblobber does way better than this. It's very rare that he gets taken out. So I thought it was quite cool. So, start throwing in here, but frankly these do magical attacks. So, you know, it's a great unit, that Blessed Field Trebuchet, but it doesn't do a huge amount of damage against dwarves because of that magic resistance. So that really helps. So yeah, it makes it far less valuable against these guys. But then they did manage to completely take out my Goblobber. So yeah, they actually took out the last unit with a spell. I can't even miss that again. I'm sure you'll see it in the replay. You know, in the cinematic bits. I always record that afterwards. So anyway, that way I know which bits to do. So yeah, they start firing at me. So I start coming in. My whole aim here, just charge the front line. I just need to kill these peasants as quickly as possible. So, yeah, I'm kind of waiting for these questing knights. Using defensive buffs here, so I don't take as much damage on the approach. But, you know, taking a fair bit of damage. These guys don't have shields, so, you know, these pox arrows are going to be doing more damage than they normally would be. Here, though, got a bit sloppy. Left some guys behind, which is a bit annoying. Not quite sure how I did that. I had some issues with grouping, so I try and move them up this way, and then suddenly the what do you call them? You know, these little yellow shadows, suddenly they'd be like over here. So I had some weird issues moving these guys up. It was a bit strange. But you know, grouping can do that sometimes. So yeah, I was waiting to use the Rune of Wrath and Ruin against this guy, and I hit with it, so that's good. Does a fair bit of damage. Fortunately my rangers get a bit caught out there, but I didn't run away too quickly because I wanted to get my slayers in there as early as possible. So charge everyone in. So yeah, charges in his Green Knight. And so I start wailing on him with Thorgrim, who does magic attacks, as you can see. So Thorgrim has magic attacks, huge weapon strength, and frankly against ethereal units, if you hit him with magic attacks, they're buggered. So, see it now, questing knights, having like charged in like that, suddenly super vulnerable. You know, I've got so much stuff on them, and those are some serious armor piercing. So the fact that I managed to take these guys out before they can keep, you know, cycle charging me, that's great news for me. So, yeah, taking a lot of arrow fire here. I have charged my Goblobber crew in, which is quite good fun. So I managed to get some more guys in their back line. So that's good, shutting down some of these some of these arrows, because I am taking a lot of fire here. Hell of a lot of fire. So yeah, more runes going down. So pretty atrocious battle. I'm suffering a lot of casualties. I mean, look at that, absolutely dissolving my rangers. Oh, rangers aren't the sturdiest. So I guess on my slayers back to kill these peasant bowmen. You know, super easy for them. So yeah, very simple. So yeah, I use a rune on these peasant bowmen because I want to get these killed as quickly as possible so I can get my dwarf warriors onto the next bunch. And yeah, if I look, you know, a lot of these foot squires have taken quite a lot of damage as well. So yeah, I just wanted to free up these dwarf warriors again, but I could not have more of that sustained fire because it was chewing me up. So yeah, field trebuchet throwing well, I don't know, cauldrons at me. I have no idea. But you can see taking so much damage across the board here. So my goblobber crew, only 8 of them left, but they're fighting bravely against these peasants. But now though, I've won that engage in the middle, so that's good. Got those peasants to run. So yeah, a lot of their line is gone now. Obviously they haven't been able to land their prophetess. They wouldn't want to risk it. But I've got no ranged units to pressure them, which is annoying. So they're able to just sort of sit around, keep morale up. Very frustrating. So soon these foot squires get completely sandwiched. I get some guys onto the Grail Reliquary because I want to take that out. Because yeah, I'm thinking that's probably holding a lot of the enemy together at this point. You know, them and their general. If I can't get the general, I get the Reliquary. You know, it's stood out there in the open. So thing is though, my Dragonback Slayers have been getting shot at for ages, so I'm losing a lot of models there. And yeah, Blessed Trebuchet still throwing stuff in, but you know, got my Dwarf Warriors on it, so that's good. You know, definitely helps, but it's still firing. Okay, well now it isn't. But I mean, look at these guys. They've just been firing for ages. They're running really low on ammo. Which is, you know, kind of good for me, but the fact they've been able to use all of that ammo up, I've been able to kill them, you know. They've managed to get full value out of these units, but I've had nothing to chase them down with. So yeah, still trying to get that Reliquary, just won't go down. So they've thrown pole arms at me again. So I've got these couple of rangers, 14 left, trying to get these peasant bowmen, but they're not really doing anything. They're made for armor piercing, you know, they're not good at just throwing thousands of projectiles in, doing mass damage, you know, to unarmored units, so bit of a waste, but you know, I've got nothing else to throw stuff at, and well, now they're going to throw stuff at my rangers, and these guys are never going to do much of melee, so screw it. So yeah, they're getting exhausted, almost out of ammo, you know, these guys super injured, that Reliquary still going somehow, there we go, big hit on it now. But I mean, these guys, almost out of ammo, they have been able to shoot at me so much. I'm losing so many men. I mean, look, only 20 guys there, 22 there, with even less health. I've still got 4 Goblobber crew, so yeah, they're still going. So another defensive rune going down, and just in time for these Yeomen to charge me. They're shite in melee, so that's good news. But then looking at my units, they have such little amount of health, it doesn't take much damage to kill a unit at this point. I don't know how there's still 20 models. I mean, look at that health, there's just a sliver left. I have no idea how they're still going. I have no idea how they're still firing. There we go, they're out of ammo. Thank Christ. So now, yeah, everything's starting to run out of ammo, and I've managed to weather it, just about. So now though, they've still got their general. You know, she's probably still fresh. Yeah, she's active at the moment, confident. Yeah, that's not looking good. But you know, so some of my guys, you know, still had the. Oh, they're shaking. But I've still got the Grumbling Guard in here somewhere, I think. Do I? Yeah, I do. So I've still got the Grumbling Guard here, keeping everyone fresh. That has definitely helped. Otherwise, it'd be far more atrocious. You know, they'd be buggered. But yeah, questing knights came back in, so I get another Rune of Wrath and Ruin on them. That's basically what you use the runes for against Bretonina. Just use it against their cavalry. Because yeah, if I can weaken them before they charge, it means I can kill more models before they try and cycle. So yeah, at that point, army losses hit them, and they finally ran. But I mean, if we look at what's left here, I mean, my heroes, they didn't really have an answer to them, to be honest. These guys could have probably won it for me at the end, but I mean, look at this, just the casualties I sustained there were horrible. Slayers did a great job though, 129 kills. A lot of them were archers and stuff, but you know, it stopped the archers firing. They were useful, and they did kill a lot of questing knights when they charged into my rangers. So that's good news. My rangers did basically nothing. Yeah, not ideal, but usually they do quite well. If I was playing more defensively, which obviously I couldn't because of their artillery superiority, but yeah, they tend to do much better if you're playing defensively. But yeah, if they're singled out, then yeah, it's not good. they're not very heavily armoured or anything, like other dwarves, so they tend to go down pretty quickly if they get charged by cavalry or anything. But you can see front line, you know, some of them got a fair few kills, some of them not many. Not many, to be honest, but Thorgrim, absolute killer. Look at that, 55 kills for Thorgrim. He did a great job. But I mean, you know, is all the Slayers got the majority of the kills. But yeah, crazy match. So close. But I mean, did you notice that Green Knight? Nothing. He just went straight at Thorgrim. Didn't realise I had magic attacks, I guess, and yeah, I just killed him in a few hits. Yeah, he barely did a thing. And that's expensive. Green Knight's what, like near 3,000 resources? So expensive. He could have brought like another couple of questing knights for the cost of that Green Knight, and they would have got, well, I was going to say twice as many kills, but no, they would have got way more than that. I mean, as it was, I completely ambushed those guys, and they still managed to get 46 kills. And yeah, I took them out really early. But yeah, 46, and they got completely ransacked. So, you know, say they had a couple more units that were, you know, off attack and stuff. It would have been insane. So, Green Knight, real letdown for him there. Real letdown. But look at this, though. Mounted Yeoman Archers. These are not expensive units. These are shite. And they are not supposed to be good against dwarves. But the fact that I brought all great weapons so I could deal with the foot squires, they actually got a load of kills. I mean, 42 dwarves dead. And 43. You know, for these shite units. Absolutely amazing. These really helped him out. So much. These pox arrows, I mean, they're not supposed to be killing machines. They're just supposed to debuff people. They're not actually supposed to get any kills. So again, Dwarf Warriors are great weapons. Maybe not the best pick against Bretonina. You know, if they go for the range like that, you know, just use very small army to pin me in place. They can get some serious work done. So I thought it was really interesting. There's a few, you know, pretty key lessons to learn from this match, I feel. So yeah, hopefully it'll help you guys out. So if you enjoyed this video, comment, like, and subscribe. And I always like a chat, so feel free to comment. And yeah, good game, Aurora. I enjoyed it. Hopefully see you again sooner or later. And have a good day, everybody.